I'm just getting things up. Hi, Becky. Hi, Lisa. Wow, awesome. I didn't think you were going to get to play. Lisa, when's your company coming? Oh, okay. Becky, be careful driving back. Hi, Kendra. Oh, at 3, so you get to play for a little while at least. That'll be good. Hello, Deborah. I have to tell you, Lisa, you know what this is like. I have paper everywhere in my studio. I have been at this for a week. I can't seem to get it all gessoed. It's very interesting, but I have it everywhere. Hi, Gloria. Deborah, did I say hello? I think so. Yeah, okay. Anyways, I'm going to give everybody a little bit of time to get here. Okay, I did, Deborah. Okay. I have to tell y'all, I'm a little discombobulated today. I don't know. Lisa has been working on her planner off and on, and I was going to show you mine just so you had an idea of how I do things. I know lots of people use their phones. My phone doesn't work for me. I tried that for a while and it doesn't work for me. And I used to use a great big planner, but I have to take this so many places now that I've gone to this, and I've been using about a year. Poor thing is about to give itself out at the corners. I'm going to have to get make a new cover. This is one of my file folder covers. The one, I have a tutorial, but I do a month at a time, and I print these things off myself. They're from a website called give me a minute. My Life All in One Place. And if I can remember, I'll put a link later in the discussion up to his website. Sometimes it's a little hard to print them off, but you can usually do it. And then I use a week at a time. Let me show you a new one. Oh, here's a new page. Well, mine gets filled up pretty fast. But see, it has space up here to write little notes, and then it has a big spot for each day because it gets filled up pretty fast. And then I have a whole traveler's notebook filled with stuff like my to-do list and my special orders and notes and stuff. And then I have a YouTube book. This whole book is about YouTube. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Mary. And then this is Happy Mail. I'm not going to show it because I don't want you to see. Happy Mail things I want to send to people, and notes to keep myself, and things about swaps if I'm doing a swap with somebody. And back here there's addresses. This is again all about my internet stuff. So, and then I keep this starts January. This is 2019 second half. I think I need the first half. It must be laying on the desk. So I'm just gonna show you, just because I have to carry it around. So it's working for me, and I think the biggest thing is you have to find something that works for you, because if you don't, Kendra, which you're talking about, the cover or the cover or one of the books, one of these little books? Um, thanks, Lisa. It, like Lisa has been trying to figure out, it's about what works for you. I happen to love the Traveler's Notebook thing because when it doesn't work, I can change the plan. You know, it's just... But Kendra, are you talking about the cover? Oh, one of the books. Okay. I can do that one day. I'll kind of maybe put that on my agenda for next. I also have to make little notes everywhere. One of the things, if you ever watch Dee Dee Willingham's Society of Idea Collectors, she talks about having little pieces of paper everywhere. That's one of the things I have, is I have little pieces of paper everywhere, and then I have this one book where I go back in and I put all of my little pieces of paper into this book. Even I have a tab that says unorganized notes. I have a mom list. I have a themes for books list. I have a groups listing info, you know, just all of these little pieces of paper. A Traveler's Notebook. There we go. How about that? And then I will put all of these into this little book later. So, hi Dawn. But like I said, the biggest thing I think about a planner, and you know, there's all kinds of girls out on the internet doing planners stuff. It's what works for you. Mine is never going to be pretty. It gets scribbled in. Now I do have colors because, let me see if I have one where you can see the colors. Okay, these are birthdays and family anniversaries, and family stuff is blue. Important things with my mom or doctor's appointments, they're orange. Work is purple. That's just how I keep track. So, anyways, that was that. Hi, Mary Hill Arts and Craft. Is your name, is it M that I should remember to call you, if I can remember? And it's so nice to see you here. Becky, if I didn't say it already, be careful driving home, okay? Okay, last night, well, I should say a couple of days ago, Jeffrey got a phone call about playing Santa Claus for the Brit Club. My father-in-law dates a woman who is British, and they lost their spouses about the same time, and she a little bit before he did. Anyways, they've been dating for a long time, and she's British, and she belongs to something called the Brit Club, so he goes to the meetings and whatnot with her. Anyways, they had a Christmas dinner, and my husband played Santa Claus for them last night. And one of their traditions, or at least one of her traditions, are these party popper things. And in mine, everybody else got things like harmonicas and little noisemakers. In mine was this itty bitty deck of cards, and I just had to show it to you. Gloria, my book is not always with me. I keep little pieces of paper everywhere, and I keep my book on my desk. So if I'm sitting at my desk, I write it straight into the book. But as far as, like right here, I have little pieces of paper. In the kitchen, I have little pieces of paper. So every time I think of something, I write it down on the little piece of paper, and then I take it to my desk, and first time I sit down at the desk, I write it in the book. Okay, Becky, be careful. Yeah, aren't they so cute? They're just adorable. They're real thin, but they're so cute. I'm trying to hold them up here so maybe you can see them. I think that's just the Joker. But they have their little red on the back, and then each one is like so cute. I thought it was just perfect that I got the little deck of cards. So, and of course the party poppers make lots of nice, bright, hard, awful noise, but so I can see little embellishments made with these for sure. I think I'll have to make some into, what do we call them? Paper clips, you know, clips to put in the book. And I thought it was, Em. I thought it was your first time. Hi, Patricia. I didn't see you pop in. So, I just thought they were so sweet and cute. So, okay. We'll put those aside. Just have to make sure I don't get stuff all over them. Now, I have to tell you, I had a nice, it was fun. I haven't opened but one of them. And I only opened the one, Mindy, because it was damp. And I was afraid it might be wet, so I wanted to open, make sure the innards weren't, I didn't take stuff out. I just made sure the innards weren't wet. And I can't tell you what came in when, but I have mail to show y'all. This one came from Becky. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, Becky, that's gorgeous. It might be a bag. Whatever the paper is, it looks like craft paper. It's a really nice drawing. And it says, I hope you and Jeff have a wonderful Christmas and a very happy New Year. I am loving making cards this year and had to do a Charlie Brown Christmas tree. She's going to try a Grinch next. So, thank you, Becky. I hope you're still here where you can hear me. It's got little gold dots all the way around and little tiny edges. And I think this is a napkin swap. This is from Franna. And the napkin swap, guys, goes till January 4th, so you can still play. I have to have the napkins in hand by January 4th, so you want to get them out before the first of the year. Craft cardstock. Okay. I thought maybe, Becky, that's what it looks like, but it's so smooth. My craft cardstock is not that smooth, at least what I had. Yes, this is napkins from Franna. And I think there's a little note in there. And these are her napkins for the swap. I think we've got about, if I'm right with these, I think there's 13 or 14 of us playing. So that's always fun. This is from Kathleen Elliott. And it's from my 1,000 subby drawing. Sorry guys, brain just left. And isn't this to die for cool? It looks like a brick wall, and I'm guessing, I think it says, no, it doesn't. It doesn't say. I thought maybe she had done it in one of the, like Becky's Dirty Dozens or Lisa's Pick 10s, but it doesn't say. It says, happy and love. But it looks like a brick wall back there and like graffiti on a brick wall. It's very cool. Okay, and this is another subscriber postcard for the subscriber giveaway. And guys, that's open till mid-January sometime. My brain is forgotten. And it says warm winter wishes. And I don't know if you can see it, but there are snowflakes in here that give it texture. it looks like this might be a napkin, and then there's snowflakes under it, and it's all glittery. And it's from Kathy D. And Mindy, I got 2 packages from you. Okay, Lisa. Hello, Maria. Maria, is it your first time here? Welcome. And if I've missed it before, if I don't remember. Anyways, this package came from Mindy, and like I said, I opened it because it was very damp that day, and I was afraid that that it might be wet. And isn't this a fun envelope? But it had a map wrapped around everything, and it's for the napkin. It was her napkin swap, and a little note that says she added an extra one for me and a couple of goodies. And like I said, aren't these gorgeous napkins? And the couple of goodies she sent, these are just beautiful. There are snowflakes in here, and I'm not going to pull them all out for fear I'll make a big old mess. But look at these birds, too. She sent some beautiful die cuts. And then a whole baggie full of snowflakes. My brain's not working. Oh, dear. Okay, Mindy. Oh. Okay, Maria, I'm sorry I'd forgotten. I don't always remember. Sometimes I get so busy. But I'm glad you're here again. I don't want to damage my little birdies. And then she sent this cute little box that says Merry Christmas and Hugs. Well, Mindy, it's fun to get stuff in the mail, even if you did have to send me a second package. Uh-oh. We're not supposed to tear paper, you know. You have to save it to put in your book. But we went last night to that party, and Jeff played Santa, and we had a fun time. And well, this is a pretty little box. It says Live, Laugh, Love. I think I saw Lisa open one of these. This is cool. It's an ink pen, if I saw right. And it's lit. It will be lit when I put the batteries in it. There's batteries and extra pen tips in it. And it's got a stylus on one end. I'm going to have to figure it out because, but it's got oh, that's nice. Thank you, Mindy. Thank you very much. And that's really cute. It's got a little flashlight in it from the looks of things. I will figure it out. But for now, let's go on. Let me put that all back in here. My husband's getting jealous, guys, because I get mail all the time and all he gets is the bills. Okay, so Mindy forgot to send the postage, I guess. Thank you, Mindy. That's so sweet of you. Ooh, look at here. Just because she forgot the postage. Oh, and that's probably more than I'll need. She got home from the post office and realized she had not sent them. Oh, that's really neat. Confidence. The question isn't who is going to let me, it's who is going to stop me. And look at these lovely ladies. Mindy, is this one you've printed? Is it like a digi that you've printed out? Oh, and then some journal cards. Enjoy and notable. These are sweet. Thank you. Oh, I like these. These are very cool. I like it all. Don't get me wrong. I like it all. Thank you, Mindy. But guys, look at too. She's got this really cool stamp that she's put on there. And last but not least, Lisa sent me a package, and I think it's napkins. I think. Printed. Okay, I thought maybe it was. I haven't gotten into that. I just haven't, you know, it's one of those time things. I haven't ordered or done anything. I haven't needed it yet, so. And this, oh, Lisa. Oh, aren't these beautiful, guys? Beautiful napkins for the swap. Okay, she sent me these beautiful napkins for the swap, and then she sent me these cardinals. Isn't that gorgeous? They're just beautiful, Lisa. They're just as fine and light as can be. I'm not going to take them out of the package for fear I'll damage them right now. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. And I think we're about ready to get started. What time is it? It's 12:20. Who else going to play along today? Let me take this to the other table so that it doesn't avalanche to the floor. Thank you, everyone, very much. Oh, well. I would have hollered at you. Okay, Becky, just be careful and let us know when you get home, okay? Dawn's playing. Kendra's gonna have to watch. Okay. Patricia's playing, Dawn's playing, Lisa's playing, Mary's playing. I haven't seen Ruby come in. Carla's playing. Hi, Carla. Did I say hello already? Well, I'm going to go over supplies just real quick. Right now, you're probably going to want to have a cutting mat of some sort on your table. Let me get rid of this. You're probably going to need some kind of a cutting knife because scissors don't cut this. Okay, Em. Probably a metal ruler. We're going to need some scrap fabric, and you could use, you know, an old shirt or something like that. I happen to go to the rag bin. We use rags, not paper towels very often. So this is probably a piece of old sheet. So I just got that. We're going to need Mod Podge or some kind of liquid glue. Susan, that's something else. Susan Gerald, I think is how you say her last name. And I can't tell you where she posted it, but she also messaged me about it. She says that by putting some Elmer's glue into her Mod Podge, the Mod Podge does not stick to itself. Okay, Lisa, go ahead. And you know, Mod Podge, when you use it on the surface of something, of your pages, it tends to stick the next page to it. So, and I haven't had a chance to try it because I don't have any Elmer's glue, and it's just one of those things I've never used Elmer's glue that much, and so I don't have any. But I am going to try getting some and trying it out because I think that that's going to be a really good idea. Hi, Kathleen. You're late, and I showed off your postcard, and I thank you very much for your postcard. I have not yet, but I will when I take those back over to my desk. I'm going to put you on my, oh gosh. I need to put your 3 entries for the postcard into the batch of entries for the giveaway. So thank you very much for it. Anyhow, I'm going to try her Elmer's glue in the Mod Podge later on and see how it goes, because that is one of the reasons Mod Podge is a pain, because it does stick. Everything sticks together. So besides our cutting mat, our knife, our ruler, we need liquid glue and a brush of some sort, and we need our giant box. Okay, Lisa's back. By giant box, I mean I have a giant box, guys. There's no way for me to show you the whole box. See? Okay, now the first thing you want to do to your box is to cut off all the little flaps. Okay, and the reason you cut off all your little flaps is it just makes life a lot easier. Cut off all your little flaps, but don't get rid of them. We're going to use some of them later on. So cut off all your flaps and then cut down. There's usually a seam. I'm going to try to show you the seam. See, this was right at the corner, and now the seam is just pulled apart. So get that far and then let me know where you're at. Hi, Barb. Oh dear, Barb, that's not good. I have a headache today. My eyeballs are popping out. And Kathleen's got a sick dog. It must just not be a good day. Anyway, so let me know, guys, when you get that far. And by the way, guys, we're making our cover today. Did I not tell you that? Not sure I did. Sorry about that. And I hope everybody got a big box. And Lisa, I don't know what you're doing with the leather bag, but that sounds like a fun project. Okay, Kathleen, that's fine. And really and truly, the reason I'm making my cover today is because my signatures are getting out of control and the pieces keep falling out. So by making the cover, I'm just going to tie it in. I'm not going to bind it just yet. I'm just going to put it in temporarily just to keep everything sort of confined, to make sure that it doesn't get ruined or damaged or lost. because I keep taking things in and out of it to show, and I'm afraid I'm going to lose things because it's not covered. So that's why I want to work on the cover a little bit today. And if somebody wants to bind theirs right away, that's fine. I'm not opposed to that. I just didn't want to take a chance with mine. So. Lisa, did you hear that I want you to take your flaps all off and open one seam? That's what everybody's doing right now. Is they're taking off all of their flaps, all of these little pieces off the box, setting them aside, not throwing them out, and then opening one seam of their box. Okay. All right. Sounds good, Lisa. I just didn't know for sure when you got back in. We're having a sunny day for a change. Jeff got up early and he and his brother went and got some more stuff out of my mom's shed that needed to come over here. Our big freezer was over there, and a big toolbox that he had. So his brother came and helped him. It was two things that he couldn't move himself, so that's why they've been over there. So, but it's been raining just like almost constantly for almost a week, it seems like. And today it's sunny. It's chilly out there. It's not cold. It's cool. But it's really sunny and nice. So when everybody gets their box cut down, I probably should have gotten on the group page and said to cut it down. I didn't think about it. It's been one of those weeks. Now, mine's got tape all over it. I'm not worried about that. Okay, Lisa, that's fine. That should be enough. I guess maybe I should have discussed that a little bit further. You need a box that's at least taller than your book is, and at least has two sides that are bigger. This one, I have this end, and then I have this big long piece in the middle. Oops, banged into a light. That's going to let me have enough room to get my covers out of it. Now, if you didn't, you could have seams in the corners, and I'll kind of give you an idea about that in a few minutes. Okay. Lisa's ready, I'm guessing, and Mary's ready. I'm going to rough cut this out first when I go to do it. I am not going to try to get it exactly the size I want to start because the box is so big. Dawn is ready. I'm going to have to scroll back up, guys. Give me just a second to see how many else is playing. Mindy, you're just watching today, aren't you? Patricia's playing. And Clara's playing. Kendra's watching. Patricia's ready. I'm waiting to see if Gloria is ready. The big thing is trying to cut this whole thing at one time is not going to be the easiest thing, guys. So it's easier if we rough cut it out and then go back and start over again. Lisa, I have not, and she's not here today, and she is normally here. Deborah's playing, okay. How you doing, Deborah? Are you almost finished with this cutting out the box? Yeah, I'm a little worried about her. Lisa, if anybody has talked to her, please let us know how she's doing. Clara's ready. So, Deborah, I think I just need to know when you're ready. But yeah, Lisa, I haven't heard from her, and I usually hear from her, and I haven't noticed her on Facebook either. So I don't know if she's just not feeling well or just what's going on. I know she gets migraines real bad. No, Crafty Kitty, I think she's talking about Janet Baum. And hello, Crafty Kitty. You must have just been watching and listening. Oh, don't be sorry. That's don't be sorry for asking about somebody else. And did they just call you Kitty? Or is there another name I should remember? I think I called Malaya I think I called her Maria because I can't see over there very well. Doesn't mean I'll remember or say it right. Deborah, if you're not ready, why don't you check in. I'm going to go ahead and show the girls where to go with this. We're going to start using this end piece. Okay, so I have this end piece, which is, mine is about, let's see, I got this huge box up here. My end piece is about 12 inches. And I know my book is going to be about, I want it to be about 9 inches because I have all of this stuff. It's bigger than some of the pages, but I don't want stuff to stick out. So I'm going to start by cutting a 12-inch piece. But what I want to do is, I have this 12-inch piece. I want to think about how thick of a spine I want. And I'm going to make a nice thick spine because Joy. Okay, well, I will, if I can remember, I will call you Joy. So my thing about this is that I know that my book is going to get fat, and I don't want to make 5 covers. So I am going to, from this corner bend, come out about 3 inches, and I had a pencil. And another 3 inches. And I'm going to go ahead and make a mark so you can see what I'm doing. Now you want to be careful when you do that. Don't run your pencil too hard because you don't want to damage the fibers in this paper. Then I'm going to come out here, and I know I want about 10 inches, 9 or 10 inches, so I'm just going to rough cut this off at about 10 inches, just so I have enough for my spine. Now, do remember to have a cutting mat under your knife. Oh dear. Okay. Don't cut on your table and okay, see? I told you this is going to be awkward. Just make sure that you've got your cutting mat under your table as you go to cut this off. And the reason we used a corner is so that we don't have to have multiple pieces. Now, if your box were too small and you had to have multiple pieces, I'll show you what you can do. Now we can get rid of all this extra box. And we can take this, and right where we made our fold line, we can lay our ruler down and fold it. So now I have something I can work with. Okay? Now, that's because I have a huge box. If your box is not big enough, I'm just going to show you with one of the flaps. We would cut three pieces of cardboard instead of just one. And this is just to show you what you could do if you have to. Okay. If you have to, instead of having one giant piece like so, then you could have 3 pieces like so. Cover, spine, cover. Okay? So if your box is not big enough, this will work. Okay? So now that I've got this roughly cut out, I have to decide how big I really do want it to be. But what I have is I have a 3-inch spine. I hope you can see it. And I have 2 big pages. So I am going to figure out how big I actually want it to be. And I want stuff to stick out at the top. I don't want these to be too much bigger. And I'm pretty sure that's about the biggest piece I'm going to have. So it's about 9 1/4. So I think I'm going to cut this off at about 10 inches tall by, about 9 inches deep is what I'm going to do. My cover is going to be 10 inches tall by 9 inches deep, 9 inches wide. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from where I folded the corner right in here, both directions, and I'm going to get 9 inches. It's way easier to work with a chunk of smaller cardboard than it is to work with a big piece. So I'm going to cut this one off at 9 inches. And you don't want to make your cover, you want it to be a little bit bigger always than your book. Okay. And again, we're going to do 9 inches. Always be careful with a knife. You notice I finally got one that's actually shiny and not rusty. Now, if you happen to be a quilter and you have a rotary cutter, believe it or not, a rotary cutter works real well to cut this kind of stuff. My rotary cutter blade is actually kind of dull right now, so until I go get a new one. For some reason I got a spot that didn't cut well. This is just corrugated cardboard, guys, so now if it doesn't cut, just cut it off. Okay. Oops. Watch that you don't cut anything off your mat. Now, I can tell you that I say that from experience. I cut up my mom's best tablecloth accidentally one day. Of course, I actually had cut straight through the mat. I actually cut one of those mats. Now remember, this is perfectly good. We may use it for something. I am going to trim along the top and the bottom edge both because this is rough up here and I want it to straighten up a little bit. And remember, I am now going to make my height, which is 10 inches tall. So the first thing I'm going to do is straighten this. And I do have a little torn spot right here, and that's okay, but I want to get this straight, so and then I'm going to measure down 10 inches. Now, by having this great big box and folding the corners instead of having 3 pieces, it just kind of sturdies up makes the bends at the spine just a little bit sturdier. If you have to use 3 separate pieces, you're going to need to reinforce your spine edges a little bit. What's everybody gonna cook for Christmas dinner? See how nosy I am and how I can bring this around to food? I don't know that I'm cooking at all. We haven't decided. Everybody's gonna be gone. There's hardly just gonna be my mom and Jeff and I, so we may go out to eat. I don't know. I don't particularly like going out for Christmas, but I will. Okay. Now the trick is to get this all trimmed up. Is that straight? Okay, apparently I've got something off, guys, so just do check things a little bit. I apparently didn't draw my line very straight. I must have measured funny. What I'm doing is I'm lining up the lines on both sides, make sure that they're coming out fairly much. What great English I have. Making sure that the lines kind of line up right at the edges. Ah, Christmas breakfast. Your mom lives close to you, doesn't she, Lisa? That would be fun. Maybe we could do that. Maybe have Christmas breakfast. Used to be for a long time when we were living in South Dakota and Brandon was living in Omaha, we would go to Omaha for the Christmas holiday. Jeff had time off, and you know, when you're young you don't get time off, and since my husband worked federal civil service, he would have a few, you know, usually a couple of days around Christmas, and they often let us out early on Christmas Eve if it was dependent upon when a time frame was. And so we would go to Omaha. Well, my son never lived in a place where there was really, and I have to stand up to cut sometimes, so excuse me if my head gets in the way. So we would go out to eat, but we would wait and go out for breakfast and have a late breakfast, and then we would have an early dinner and only eat twice, but we had to go out, so I guess that's maybe why I don't really want to go out here. We have home, so why should we go out? Another thing about cutting cardboard is sometimes it takes a little bit of more than one cut. Well, hello, Debbie. Yeah, that's what I thought, Lisa. She lived next door. Debbie, we lived in Huron, South Dakota. Are you from up there? Seems to me you are. Okay. Jeff worked for Department of Agriculture. Actually worked for National Resource Conservation Services. So technically it's Department of Agriculture. And we were up there 12 years. Frankly, it was 12 years way too long. Oh, in Vermilion. Well, Debbie, you know, Mary lives in Nebraska too. Vermilion is where we have friends. Jeff has friends. Jeff has people he worked with, friends in Vermilion, that own a winery now. They raise their own grapes and make wine. And that's what they retired to, so. They're enjoying it. I don't know that I would, but my son's in Omaha. We lived south of Omaha in Union for a lot of years, which is between Omaha and Nebraska City. I think we lived there 5 years. One of the things when you work for the federal government is that you go a lot of places. If you want to grow your career. My husband worked at the Air Force Base in Omaha, or outside of Omaha, it's Bellevue, for 5 years, I think. Jeffrey did public relations, public affairs. The worst part about this cover, guys, is getting it cut out. I promise that once we get it cut out, it ought to be a lot more fun to put together. And Lisa is ready. Yay! About the time I got myself ready. How about that? That's cool. All right. Oh, goody. Things are going to just stick out a little bit here and there. That's what we want. I have a nice big spine so I can stick a lot of stuff in there. Well, Patricia, there you go. Then I guess you get to make more books, see? Let's see, Lisa's ready and Dawn is ready and Patricia is ready and Deborah's ready. Mary is ready, ready, ready. Mary's probably got enough to fill her cover too. Okay, I think we're all ready. Now then, here's the rub of doing this cover today, that we may not be able to finish it. You guys might, but I won't because of not using the heat tool. So we're going to work on the front and the back parts of the cover a little bit. I'm going to reinforce the spine back here a little bit, and then we're going to work on the inside of the cover. Okay, so that what's really wet can get dry, but yet you can see sort of what we're going to do, because I don't know that we're going to get it all finished today. So we're going to do, at least I am going to do it. Now you guys may not like this, so I want you to keep in mind that if you want to do something different to the front and back of your cover, you are more than welcome to do something different to the front and back of your cover. But I'm going to make sort of a grungy textured cover, and that's why the tape didn't matter to me. I'm perfectly content with it looking like that. Then I'm going to add some, and I'll probably finish it up next week. I'm going to add some images and things like that to it. But the first part that I'm going to do is I want the texture. So, but I'm going to pull some of this off. Now I had some tape, but if you don't have tape, you can just slice into your paper a little bit and then get hold of it and rip it off. Now that's the tape coming off. I guess I better get my garbage can close. We're going to kind of stick our knife under there. Don't cut all the way through. What I'm going to do is pull off parts of this paper. And I'm careful what I'm doing. I don't want it to go through the little corrugated parts. I just want to pull off parts of it. And I'm not going to pull it all off. I want to leave parts of it. I want to pull off parts of it. So I'm going to work up there a little bit. And then I'm going to come down here. Now that's just the tape. And I'm going to take some more. Ooh, my knife just decided to come undone. When you go through, you want to be careful that you leave. And this is kind of grunging it up. I wonder if Stephanie's here. I haven't seen Stephanie, so now the spine, I do not want to tear the stuff off my spine. I want my spine to be solid because of the stability of it. No, Mira, I'm working on the outside front cover. Outside front cover. This is going to be decoration. The inside cover I'm going to leave solid, and I'm going to cover it later. But I don't want to take too much off of the spine because I want the spine sturdy. I probably am going to take some off the back, but probably not as much off the back as I am the front. And I'm going to take some big pieces of this off, and I'm going to leave some. I want it to be kind of like worn and tattered on the front cover. Okay, thank you, Mindy. Okay, Mary, that's fine. However you want to do it, dear. I'll have to watch her flip through, Mindy, because she's been doing some really cool stuff with this. Like I said, when you go with your knife, do be a little bit careful that you don't poke all the way through to your inside. Let's get rid of the rest of the tape. Over here on the edges, I'm going to try not to take too much off on the edges, just because there again, to keep them sturdy. Now, I'm probably going to end up putting a coating over the grungy stuff later on because of putting down my images. We'll see. That part of the box is really sturdy. All of a sudden I got a really sturdy spot. Do watch yourselves with a knife, please. There we go. Oops, almost got to my spine. Okay, Lisa, that works. I'm going to add some stability to my spine and my and the creases in a while. But if Lisa says her spine is double thick, is that because you used the place where the box was put together, Lisa? Because I've noticed that on. I've thought about that when I used cereal boxes as the covers of something. This one side's always doubled, so you get a double thick. Now I have to tell you guys that I'm sure this is out there as far as this technique, but it was Marsha from CZ's Creations who I first saw do it. She sent me a tag that had this technique, and I just really love it, so I decided I needed to use it. And boy, did I even that up. Look at how that's all even. I've got 2 spots down here and 2 spots up there, so we have to do something about that. Let's do a little bigger spot over here. Aha, I figured maybe, Lisa. The overlap on this box was only about 1 inch wide, so I couldn't really do that. I thought about it, but it wasn't going to be enough. I think this needs to come down here some more. Looks like an old abandoned building. Let's bring this down here some. Doesn't want to. There, that looks a little less symmetrical. Okay. Now I need to do my back. Oh, that's a good idea, Lisa. Yeah, Deborah, that's what Marcia had done, is um, made a tag. Girls, what Lisa is saying, which is a really good idea, and let me show you what I think she means. Let me just cut this in half so that I have two pieces. Okay. Ruler. And that's a really good idea, Lisa. Okay, guys, if I can have you watch for just a minute, just so you can see. What I understand Lisa to do, this was the corner of her box. And this was another corner of the box. So what she did is that she took and made this from the corner out to the cut is the width of the spine. And then from the corner out to the cut is the width of the spine. And she took these two pieces and is putting them together like that. And that makes her spine doubly thick. Which is a really good idea, Lisa. That's a fabulous idea. And that way she can grunge completely across the back right here. But you know, I might change my mind and just add a piece of spine inside. I might do that. Because that way the grunge could go wrap all the way around there, and that would be really very cool. Okay, girls, Lisa says that is what she did, is that she took the two corners and cut, and so that she could make the spine, which that's a really great idea. This takes a while, and it's messy. I think it would be fun too to do this in an altered book and do like a window through it, so that, or window into it, so that it looked like an old building, that you were like an old abandoned building. Man, did you... Yes, Mary, you can. That would work too, to add that on top. That would be cool too. Frankly, I love this technique and I want to do some more stuff with it. I just have not time. I don't seem to have enough time to do all the things I want to do. I seriously doubt I'm the only person that feels that way, but and then we get phone calls and we need to do this or we need to do that. I ordered Jeffrey a saw the other day for Christmas. He had one saw. A few years ago, I bought him a set of tools that are battery operated. They're pretty nice tools, and I got a good deal on them. He had other tools, but you know, tools wear out over time, and over the years, he had bought tools that weren't really the best because he felt like he couldn't really afford. So battery operated tools in the RV are real nice. So I had gotten him this set of battery operated tools, pretty powerful ones, not real fancy, but you know, nice ones. And he had over time gathered up several of other tools because of, like when I needed to cut tile, he got me a grinder so that I wouldn't have to try to deal it with the cord, and different things that we've gotten over time. There was one saw he didn't have, and he's been telling me about this saw for 3 months, 4 months, and I said, you know, I don't understand why I don't just go buy it. Well, it's not on sale, and it never seems to go on sale. And I'm like, yeah, well, if it never seems to go on sale, just go get it. It's, you know, it's not something he won't use. And the corded one he has was my dad's, so it's old and about to die anyways. I said, if it's one you want, just go get it. So it goes out to the store the other day, and he comes home without it. Well, it wasn't on sale, and it's on sale online. So I was like, okay, fine. I just ordered it for him. I'm just like, alrighty, just go get it. And so he goes, well, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, I have no idea what I want for Christmas. I really don't. Well, I'd like the RV nightmare to be over, but that's beside the point. Yes, Lisa, there is never enough time to do everything. Mindy wants to know if you're stitching the cover on or if you're gluing it on or something else, since you're using a fabric cover. It looks like a llama. Oh, it does. And of course, that's upside. It's going to be upside down llama then, Kathy. Crafty. Joy. Because I'm working on the back. Oh, is she stitching? Is she stitching something onto? Oh, okay, Mindy. She wants to know if you're stitching on the cover of your book, Mary. Okay. You know what, Lisa? I really like the idea of grunging around the side of there. Okay, guys, I'm changing my plan a little bit here. I'm going to grunge this a little bit down the back of the spine just because I think I will like it better. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do inside. Now, okay, Mary, that sounds like fun. Not stitching on the cover. Girls, when you get your grungy stuff done the way you want it done, let me know, because I can stop and go on and do this part later too. Yeah, I think it would be cool, Mindy. This knife has got an attitude right now. You know, if I didn't want this box to come up, if I didn't want this box to come apart, it would just pull right up and it would have holes in it and everything else. And because I want it to come apart, it's not doing it. It's what I expect it to do. Okay, let's see here. Lisa's ready. I got lots of little pieces of stuff popping up. Okay. Okay, Clara, we'll see you later. Have fun with your grandchildren. That's the best. Patricia's ready. Guys, because I changed my mind, I am going to cut a little bit less than 3 by 10-inch piece from one of my flaps. So I'm going to do that right now. And that should be plenty long enough. So, if you're, and Mary, you might want to add this too. Even though you're using the fabric for the cover, having a double thickness in the spine probably wouldn't hurt anybody. So Lisa's already got hers, guys. I'm just cutting a piece the same size as my spine, or slightly, just a touch smaller, like 1/8 of an inch smaller. And we need 10 inches. Well, a touch smaller. This will just add some strength to our spine, and I think it's probably a good idea. I don't know that it would have to have it, but I don't think it would hurt. So go ahead and cut a piece the size of your, slightly smaller than your spine, out of one of your flaps. And make sure that it fits in there, because mine is just a little big. It's not letting my book close quite the way it should. So I'm going to take another 1/16 of an inch off of it. There we go. Oh, hi, Carl. Yeah, I start at noon on Sunday, unless something. Deborah, that's great. Yeah, Carl, hi. I start at noon on Sunday, so I have been here about an hour. We're making our cover, and we are grunging up some cardboard. And I think I'm happy with that. So we've got this piece for our spine. And now I'm happy with how it fits in there. So I'm going to get my cutting mat out of the way, because I don't like to glue on my cutting mat. And I'm going to take this piece of fabric, and I'm going to cut a piece of fabric that comes out past my spine and is the length of my, and the height of my book, so that this piece of fabric is going to reinforce that. Now, this is just a scrap piece of fabric. It doesn't have to be anything special. It is cotton, I think, because that's what it is. I just took it out of the rag pile because I have a rag pile. An old piece of old shirt or something like that would work. It doesn't have to be straight. We're going to cover it up. And we don't really want it to stick out past the top and bottom, so I'm going to have to trim this off just a little bit more. I didn't cut it very straight. It's wrinkly. If I had taken the time to iron it, you know, it would be better, but I didn't. That would mean finding my iron. Okay. Okay, Carl, I'll give you a little rundown, but then you may want to watch. Okay, that's perfect, Carl. What I am going to do is I am going to make sure that's in the right spot. I'm going to use my Mod Podge, guys. You could use whatever liquid glue that you like to use, but I'm just going to Mod Podge because after that I'm going to do the next part with Mod Podge as well, because I'm going to cover the inside of my book after I get this stuff glued on. So I need a paper napkin. And everything has gone way far away. My brush is in water and I don't want so much water in my brush, so I'm just squishing the water out of my brush. And then I'm going to just Mod Podge down the spine. I'm going to put this double piece in there. Like so. I'm just making sure my spine is in the middle, or the second piece is in the middle. Now, you want to hold that down pretty good until it sticks. In other words, you give it a minute, let it stick, hold it for a second. Okay. Guys, I've got a buffering thing. Give me just a minute, make sure that everything is going all right. Guys, I've got a buffering thing. Give me just a minute, make sure that everything is... Did you hear me talk to myself twice? There we go. Lisa, I am going to use a scrap of fabric here. This fabric will help to make the bends strong, as well as, but I'm going to cover this fabric up. So this fabric is just whatever scrap of fabric that you've got. I'm going to make sure this stays down good. Yeah, it's stuck. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to Mod Podge this really well. And I just used a piece from my rag bin, Lisa. It's nothing fancy. We're going to cover it up after the fact anyways, or at least I am. Now, one of the things about putting fabric in here, you could use a Tevic envelope or Tevic fabric, and I have a roll of Tyvek, some people call it Tyvek. Tyvek you can buy at the hardware store, or the big box store, the building supply. They use it to wrap houses with. It's almost indestructible. It works really nice in spines, and if I weren't using totally junk, I would have used that, but this is totally junk. So I'm using a piece of fabric like so, and I'll probably use my little plastic card. Oh, it's gonna do that. I'm not gonna worry about it because I'm gonna cover it up. It's just stretching is what it's doing. You want to get it down in the corner piece right there. If your Mod Podge dries a little bit too much, lift it up and put some more underneath there. This is just to add strength. Oh, I didn't get it out there far enough. And see, now my spine is covered with this fabric, and then it's into my creases so that the joints of my spine have that fabric on it. It is just... Hi, Ruby! Okay. Ruby, be careful if you go to do this cover. Be careful because we used a knife. I just hope everything is your finger is all okay. Okay, now I need my bits and pieces. And since my entire my signature type thing has all been filled with security envelopes and book pages, I'm going to continue that theme on the inside of my, excuse me, on the inside of my cover. I am going to use my little pieces of security envelope and book pages and dictionary pages and I am going to collage my cover. I'm just looking for different pieces, different, that's an envelope, a window. Okay. Ruby, we're doing the cover because, not because I'm finished, but because my pieces are getting unruly and I'm afraid I'm going to lose them in an avalanche or damage them. So to have something to, and I'm just going to temporarily tie these in my cover for the time being, but I want to get my cover done so that I have some place to store my pieces. It's just, you know, if I have the cover, then I have better control over my my pieces. So I'm just going to work on this, and when I put a piece over this edge right here like so, I'm going to make sure that I get it bent down around that in the crease so that my cover has that stability in there. Oh dear, no crumbs. Oh dear, Ruby, that's not good. Oh, but I do know that feeling. Yeah. Make sure, especially over the fabric, that you use plenty of your liquid glue, whatever you're using, Mod Podge, because the fabric will take some of it. It will suck some of it up. Now, fair warning, Mod Podge is pretty bendable, but right in here, your spine might crack a little bit. I'm not going to worry about that. If it does, it does. And guys, I do water my Mod Podge down just a little bit. I buy it in a big, huge, like 2-quart container, and it seems like it's a little thick, so I usually water it down just a little bit. In a couple of cups of Mod Podge, I use maybe, you know, 3 or 4 tablespoons of water. Okay, Ruby, have fun. That's the only requirement at a birthday party is to have fun. I can tell everyone is working away just as hard as can be. And I get to working and I forget to talk. Well, that'll work. And it is my intention when I get towards the edges of all this mess to wrap these pieces around to the front of my book. Now the reason I'm going to do that is, give me just a minute, let me show you. The edge of our cardboard looks like this. It has that open raw edge to it. So I'm going to cover that with my little collage bits, thereby making it just a little sturdier along the edge. But I'm not going to do that till I get most of the book finished, because it will stick to my table and it'll make it easier if I don't have to fuss with that. So I'll do all the middles first. Okay, Lisa. We're not going anywhere fast, that's for sure. This is going to take a while. Mary, what are you going to do with the inside of your book now that you're grunging it up so the fabric is on the outside, and you're going to put a grungy piece on the outside? Are you going to grunge the inside now? Oh, I like that whole piece. I really want to try Susan Gerald's idea of the glue in her Mod Podge this week. I'm gonna have to go out and get glue so that I can try that. Oh, slide back up there. I pulled and it slid down just a little bit. I don't want it to slide off. Mary, I probably am going to do some images, fussy cuts on the inside cover too, and the outside cover with the grungy part, I am thinking about inking, but I haven't decided on that yet. I needed time to do a few little experiments, and I knew we weren't going to I wasn't going to be able to totally finish this today anyways because of all the glue. So I kind of didn't get it done. That's also because we've had a lot of issues this week. This has been almost more stressful week than our RV accident. So there's been movement on our insurance situation, and which is a good thing, except that it's keeping both Jeff and I from sleeping at all, and it's you know, you just don't know where you stand anymore after 2 years. So, yeah. I just didn't get as much done as I wanted. The color shift paint on it, Mary, would be gorgeous. I don't have any of that. Who is it? The Bohemian Crafter. And if you guys haven't seen her books, she does beautiful, beautiful junk journals. She uses Rub and Buff over black, and it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's just stress, Mary. Okay, Gloria, what is that? Gloria, Mod Podge is a glue in many respects. It's a surface, I don't know what you want to call it. Susan Jarrell posted the other day that she had put some Elmer's glue in her Mod Podge. You know how Mod Podge has a very bad habit of sticking to itself when you use it in your art journals. It wants to stick to itself. And that's one of the reasons that Mod Podges, or for that matter, does that too. Excuse me just a minute, and I'll remember what I'm talking about. Matte Medium. Matte Medium sticks to itself. All of these things are plastic. That's basically what they are. And so they stick to themselves. Well, she found that if she put a small amount, and I haven't, she said, and I didn't get a chance to read it exactly. She said she put a small amount of Elmer's glue into her Mod Podge, and when she did that, it is no longer sticky when it doesn't stick to itself. Which is a really cool thing, because the fact that it sticks to itself has always been a bone of using Mod Podge. For many, many things. But I can't tell you that it works for sure, Gloria. It's just that she's played with it, and it seems to be working for her. So it's one of those things I want to try out. Because like when you put Mod Podge over your journal pages, they tend to stick together, and I really dislike that. Mary, I know that it shouldn't stick to itself when it's dry, but it does. At least this kind does. This is Liquitex Matte Medium, and it sticks to itself. Now there might be one of the other brands that doesn't, but this one does. And this Mod Podge is matte. It always looks pretty shiny to me, but it's supposed to be matte. Really, Mary? Well, I'll try it again, but I had used it in a couple of different journals and had trouble with it, so I figured if that was the case, why should I spend money on matte medium when Mod Podge was so much cheaper? But if I will try it again, because I hate the sticky stuff. You know, Gloria, that might be it too. Mary, do you think that that could be it? Because believe me, it's humid here. Oh, that's icky. Um, I'm Gloria. I'm not sure, so I would guess that anything to do with sticky is not helped by our humidity. Um, you know, it can be 100% humid here and not rain. Okay. Yeah, Gloria. And it's warm here too. I mean, there's a lot of heat. I mean, in the summertime, of course, we run the air conditioner just like everybody else, but there's a lot of heat that happens, heat and humidity here. So, Mary, I'll have to try it again though, because maybe it was something that I did that caused it to do that. So, how's everybody doing? Deborah and um, Gloria, did you tell me you had stopped and you were going to just watch? I get lost sometimes. I know you were working on it, but well, Mary, that's one of the reasons why I use so much Mod Podge, because I figure if it's going to stick, it's, you know, I might as well use Mod Podge instead of something that's pricey. Um, Now see, we covered up that ugly fabric. There's no ugly fabric showing. And I will probably put some fussy cuts on mine too, Mary, to decorate it, because this is going to be boring. And I think I might as well do something that has a little bit of fun looking to it. That's what we did with the rest of our pieces, so it should have the similar look. Trisha's half done. And Gloria's catching up. Okay. Guys, I've got a buffering symbol, so let me know if I'm not showing up. I'm gonna go check it out. I'll be right back. That looks like it worked. Okay. All right. It looks like everything's okay. Gloria, I am working on individual videos rather than the live streams. I'm sorry that they are not getting done as fast as I would like them to get done, but that will make it easier if you're out of order and need to catch up, because then you can see the project quickly and say, oh, I did that one already because I watched the live stream and I did that one. It's just a matter of getting everything I want to do accomplished. We all know how that is. Mary's the only person I know that can do as many videos as she does. It's just amazing to me. She is, I envy Mary. No, I don't envy Mary. No, that's not quite the right word, Mary. Idolize Mary. How's that? Thanks, Mary. I think that it dropped for a second but came right back on. I idolize Mary. I don't envy Mary. I idolize Mary. So. And that's in a very good way, Mary. Just so you know. Yeah, maybe she does have an elf. Patricia, that might be it. Maybe she has elves working on things. Because, you know, the shoemaker had elves. Maybe Mary has elves. That would be cool. I want some elves. That would be cool. Mary, yeah, I don't work full-time either, really. You know, I do work consistently pretty much every day. I have not been very good this month. I took December off from the shows part of what I do. I didn't take December off from making beads because I need to make beads so that I'm ready for January. But I did take off and not do any of the bead shows. And that has helped this month because I had so many other things to do. I don't know if I've told all of you, but I am looking for an assisted living place for my mother to move to. Not because she's desperately in need or anything like that, but because we can't keep taking care of her house, and she would like to move. Yeah, Gloria, a whole staff of elves would be really nice. So, I've just been looking, and that, I spent 3 days last week out doing that. It's one of those things that takes time, especially, you know, if she had lots of money, man, it would be so easy to do. I found a place already that I just love, and I know she would love it. She would never have to move because they go clear to nursing home care. But it's expensive. So her budget does limit her. Yeah, Gloria, she's been ready to move for a while. Mom understands I can't keep doing this forever, and I've taken care of pretty much everything for the last 15 years for them. My dad was ill quite a long time. And my sisters don't live anywhere. Of course, we didn't either. We lived in South Dakota, but it seems to always fall to one person in the family. And it just so happens it's me. So but she's ready to move because she knows I need to have. Yeah, money's always a problem, Gloria. I will tell you what, nursing home care is horrible, expensive. When we at the end, when I had to put my dad in a nursing home, they wanted $9,000 a month. There was no way. There was nothing I could do but to involve Medicaid. There was just no way to come up with that kind of money. So, and you can plan all you want, but it still comes down to the fact that nursing home care is horrendously expensive. Yeah, Gloria, yeah, there's. And I have a lovely, lovely husband who has rebuilt sheds and takes, yesterday we had to go change the light bulb in the hall because the hall light bulb went out, and Mom can't get on a ladder to do that. That's the last thing I need to have her do is get on the ladder. So we had to run over there because I didn't want her wandering around down the hall in the dark. So, I mean, she said she had a flashlight and she was all right, but we had to go to town anyway, so we'd go by there and do that. And if she was living somewhere else in an apartment, little apartment, then she would not have to do those things, and we wouldn't have to either. Yep. Yeah, Mary, dementia care is not fun, and Alzheimer's care is worse. My dad was not a flight risk. He never tried to run, which most dementia care is designed for patients who try to run. The only time he tried it was when my sister was here for a visit, and my mother went off without him, and he decided that my sister was not the person he wanted to stay with. So, which, I get that. Anyways, we did install security at the house and all that. But he had started falling, and I'm falling a lot. And the last time he fell, we happened to be here. My husband's sister passed away suddenly. It was really awful. Very strange and awful. Anyways, we ran here real fast from South Dakota. And while we were here, Dad fell. Well, as long as Jeff was here and could get him up and move him around and put him in the wheelchair, and that was fine. But when Jeff left to go home and I stayed because Dad was not well, I couldn't get him in the wheelchair. Yeah, Mom's in her own house, Gloria, and the house itself has some age on it, and my father was not good about maintenance. He didn't, even before he got sick, he didn't do a lot. So a lot of the maintenance had been left to Jeff and I for years. And since we weren't living here, it got left a lot, so. Um, yeah, that was Alzheimer's patients have a tendency to try to run. I don't know exactly what the difference all is. Um, Dad, they kept trying to tell us that his was not Alzheimer's. Um, and there again, I don't understand all the differences, but um, Dad's dementia left him with an inability to talk. He knew what was going on, but he couldn't tell you. And that got very hard and very frustrating for him. So he would get upset, but he didn't try to run. However, he had something called sundowners, which affects Alzheimer's and dementia patients, where they get up in the middle of the night. And he would get up in the middle of the night, and then he would fall. And my mom didn't sleep for a while because she would wake up worried that he had fallen again. And the last time he fell, he was too bruised up. Hospital bed and everything didn't help. So it was time to move him to the nursing home. And I don't know how Mom would have survived if he'd have lived, because he lived 8 days in the nursing home. I had just gotten back to South Dakota. I had driven in. I got back at 7 o'clock, and at 11 o'clock I got a phone call, and at 2 o'clock I was back on an airplane. So, but you do what you do, because that's what you do. And 27 years is a long, long time, and hard. We tried that. Yes, some people do get very aggressive. Hi, Sherry. Yeah, Citrusol is a cleaner. It's not Sherry, it's Susan, Gerald, Gloria. I missed something about the Citrusol. Sherry, you're going to have to. I didn't see you come in. I guess I'm not paying very good attention. Boy, this has got to be boring for those of you that are just watching. Sorry about that. This is a big sheet to do all this to. Well, that's not, I'll move that up there. Oh, Em, I'm sorry. Okay, Sherry, you add varnish or polyurethane to your Mod Podge. Can you tell us why, please? Okay, never boring with chat. All right. Well, I try to chat. I sometimes forget I'm supposed to be talking. Um, and we kind of have a small crowd today. I think that it's so close to Christmas time that a lot of people are busy. I don't know if Lisa even came back. She had family coming at 3, so she is maybe gone already. Okay, Sherry. Yeah, and what was it about the Citrusol? Did I say something about Citrusol? Okay, guys. One of the things I told you I was going to do is wrap the edges. I am not going to wrap it right now. I'm just going to put this piece on here and leave it hanging over. And try to not to get too much Mod Podge hanging out on the edge. Just like that. That way, when I can flip it over, I can wrap it around. Okay, Sherry, and when you put it in there, okay, Lisa, I'm glad to know that you're still here and working away. Sherry, when you put that in your Mod Podge, does it make the Mod Podge where it doesn't stick to everything? Because, you know, Mod Podge sticks to itself and everything else. No, I don't think I want that on the edge. Huh. Okay. I don't know what I said about Citrusol. I'm sorry. Okay. Huh. Okay, Sherry. Guys, I have no idea what I said about Citrusol. I apologize. So, all right. So that side is sort of done for the moment, and I'm going to work on this side. And you might want to wash out your Mod Podge brush a little, as long as we've been using them. Just a little water in them will help to keep it from getting totally turned into a stiff thing. Well, Sherry, I'm sorry, I don't know what I said. And Gloria, ask in the group. I'm not sure that Susan put it in my group, our group, about the glue in the Mod Podge. I don't think it was there that I saw it. So if you make a post about the glue, Susan will probably answer. I thought she was going to be here this afternoon, and I haven't seen her come in, so she may not have been able to make it. I need more pieces out. I may have to break down and tear up some more envelopes eventually. It's nice to have them already torn up. It just makes it a little easier to find stuff to use. Okay. And guys, I don't know that we're going to get this finished today, so I will probably finish up next week. And I might do another little second project next week because I don't know that that it would take the whole time to finish. So I'd rather say do 2 little projects, finish this and do another little project. So next, just bring all of the stuff you've been bringing. Hi, Mary. Next week, just bring your basic supplies, and if something is really going to be different, I'll let you know. But I'm guessing that whatever project I decide to do will be just a small one because I'll be finishing this up. I'm going to be able, we're going to get really close to done with this today, and then I hope and probably just a little finishing up next week. So our project for next week will probably just be a small one. Wait a minute, what is next Sunday? What day is Christmas on, guys? I don't remember. Next Sunday's surely not Christmas. Friday's the let me think. Friday's the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Okay. Do you guys want to play next Sunday? I'm going to be live next Sunday, but if you guys don't think you want to play, let me know, because I can't. Well, I'd like to finish this. Tuesday is Christmas, Lisa says. Okay, Em, good night. Best wishes and have a great day tomorrow. Okay, we want to play next week. That's good. It's fine with me. We'll finish I'm gonna work on this for a while longer. I'm not done. But we probably will have a little finishing up to do next week. I just can't see that I'm going to get this all done today. So, then we'll play next week, and we'll finish our cover, and we will do another small project. And like I said, just bring all your basics, all the stuff we've used so far, and if there's something really, really different, I'll holler out in group that we need something different, but I don't think so. I have an idea what I want to do anyways. So oh, that looks like I didn't get enough underneath there. There we go. My poor husband doesn't know it yet, but I think he's taking me out to dinner tonight. The sawtooth decorations, Gloria. Give me just a minute. I can count. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 4. That was 5. That was 6. Gloria, I think it was week 7 or 8. And it might be marked 7 and 8 because some of them have been marked a little confusingly. So try week 7 or 8. And if you can't find it, give me a holler and I will get you a link later. I can't do it right now. I think it was a week I had a little bit of trouble with getting started with my live. It didn't want to start properly. Bye-bye, Lisa, hun. Okay, Lisa, I am going to put some images on my inside cover. So if you get a chance, put some, just images like we did on our first, just images. Do make sure your cover's right side up when you go to do that, though. And sounds good. Have fun with your company. No, Gloria, I don't know the date. I'd have to look it up. I'm not really sure. You know what I probably need to do is make a list in the group that says what date we did what, or what, list the videos. Yeah, Mary, it's been a couple weeks. Oh, and Mary, Lisa's gone. I need to talk to Lisa about this too, and Becky. When I got up this morning and I check things, I've got videos that are scheduled like for next week, I've got a few things already scheduled. Well, there was a weird symbol after several of my scheduled videos and one that had already listed. And when I went on the symbol, it said that that video was to be allowed to be copied by other people and used in their videos. It was a weird clarification, and something had changed in my settings. So do check the video library, because it was kind of a weird thing, and I didn't think I wanted to leave it that way. I did go in and edit it. It's in the advanced settings. If you don't understand, message me later and I'll try to explain it better. But it was something I didn't want to have who knows who using my videos for something else that might be, you know, if it was one of us that wanted to show something in our videos, one thing, but it didn't give me any rights or something. It was weird in there. Yeah, that's what it was, in the advanced settings, Mary. And it was one of those settings that had changed from standard YouTube policy to something else. Oh, that's 2 pieces. Ugh. Now when I changed it all back, so everything is fine now, but at the same time, but I don't know what the deal was with this weekend and starting our lives. Hey, Mark! That was it. Common domain, Mary. I didn't change it. I had not changed it. It just was like it had changed itself. And it was on not all of the videos, but like 5 or 6 of them. And I had to go in and change it back. So well, Mark, I'm glad you popped in and said hi. I'm sorry you have to go to work. Well, you know, you can't afford art supplies if you don't go to work. That is one thing about working. We're making the cover of our book. Yeah, Mary, it was very weird, and that's why I wanted to kind of make sure everybody realized it had happened. Because I might not have noticed it had I not been looking for something else. Yeah, and did you have a big drop in your subscribers this last week? I lost 5 in one day, which, you know, for me that's a big drop. Well, hi, Marcia. Marcia, we are doing something ode to Marcia, sort of. Looky here. We grunged up some cardboard. This is for our cover for our project. And I told them that you were the first person that I had seen do this. So it's all your fault. um, Mary, the lost subscribers, all in one time. I watched this YouTube guy that he's called Creator Fundamentals. He talks about how to grow your channel and that kind of stuff. Anyways, he said YouTube did a purge of spam accounts last week, and in 2 days, time, they dumped a whole lot of accounts because the accounts were actually bogus accounts. So that is where the subscribers, the lost subscribers went to, and that, like he said, you don't really care whether or not you have those people as subscribers anyways. So okay, I need to read chat for a minute, guys. I'll be right back. Yeah, Deborah, they said they were purging spam accounts, and I didn't notice a drop in my watch time, but I didn't really pay attention. Facebook did it too. Well, that does figure. Facebook has been really weird. I've had a terrible time with Facebook this week. Yep, grungy cardboard, Marcia. Yeah, that's what they call it there. I agree. Um, they're going to do what they want to. They're going to do what they want to do, what they need to do. Sometimes to me, if it's like if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. But that's me. That doesn't work very well. I've never been a big believer of messing with stuff that already works. If it works, leave it alone. What kind of new rulings, Gloria? I hope if they change something, they will let us know, because it's hard to figure it out sometimes. Don't keep track of my watch time either, Mary. Yeah, Mary, that would probably be it. They may have done that, but it's hard telling. Marcia, I watched it. I watched my watch. I paid attention to my watch time, and and everything, because I wanted to see, honestly, I wanted to see if I could, when my channel started to grow, I wanted to see if I could do it. I really am surprised that I have 1,000 subscribers and all of that. I'm just really shocked at it. And to see if I had the number of anything federal, yeah. And to see if I had the numbers that I could actually grow this channel, and to have it grow like this in less than a year has really been amazing to me. Okay, guys, I have to see what way is up. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, I'm going to set that aside like that for a minute, because I'm going to get out some books and get some images ready, so that I can put some images on that inside cover. Let's see what we got. I like that. I already have some of those cut, so I might use those. These are some butterflies that I printed off. We may need some more flowers. Let's find a few more flowers. Let me see here. Yeah, Marcia, that's it too. This is about fun. This is totally about fun. If it's not fun, I'm not going to do it. I have enough work to do. I don't want to do it unless it's fun. Marcia, did I see that you got a new car? Do I remember that your kidlets got you a car? I don't remember if it was you that I saw that. Oh, Gloria, it has to do with monetization and all of that. It's really about um, where your channel stands as far as they're concerned. And there again, it's fun to have subbies and it's fun to do the videos, but if you have to worry about it, then it's not fun anymore. But that's what it's about. It's no, somebody's messaging me now. Who knows why? What I really watch on here is which videos you guys like the best, which things you like watching. Doesn't mean I'm not going to do the other videos, but it does mean that I try to concentrate on the ones that you guys really like to watch. Try to add more of that kind of thing to my playtime. Like this project, I mean, this is fun. This is a fabulous project. I'm having so much fun doing it. And I am not kidding. I wake up in the middle of the night with another idea. Every time I turn around, there's a new idea. So okay, let's kind of turn this flower into, there we go. Oh, I guess I should pay attention. Chat's just scrolling by and I didn't. Okay. Marsha, I'm not sure. Did you mention it in one of your videos? Or maybe on Facebook? I'd swear that you had said something about it. So how about that? Gloria, yeah, it doesn't give us as much watch time when you fast forward, but it doesn't make a difference to me. Mary's channel, Becky's channel, they're monetized, so if you watch the ads, that helps them. If you watch the full video, it helps in their rankings. Mine too, because if you watch a whole video, it says that you're, but heck, I'm not going to sit and watch something, the whole video of something. Sometimes there are people that I watch all the way through, like Mary, and there are people like, who can I think of that I fast forward through? I can't think right now. I watch all of Marsha's. I watch Becky's and Lisa's. I can't say that I've ever fast forwarded through either one of them. But there are people who I watch for information, and I'm fast forward through their things. So yeah, if you watch the whole video, it helps the maker, but it's not something that I'm gonna worry over. Watching the ads on Mary's channel and anybody who has ads, that does help them. If you can stand to watch the ads. Watching the whole video gets their videos ranked higher in recommended, is what I think it really is. Yeah, Marsha, you must have told me. I can't imagine. I can't imagine where I would have seen it. Yes, Mary, I agree with you. If you want to fast forward, because I sure wouldn't want to sit and watch something I didn't want to watch. And that's it, Gloria. Too many videos, too little time. And that's it, Mary. It's kind of like, okay, why do people give you a thumbs down? All right. I don't care. That's their life, not mine. I'm not going to worry about it. But they have the option of just not watching the video. So why watch a video that you're not enjoying? That's the, you know. And sometimes the video, like what we're doing right now, gosh, if I were watching the replay, I sure wouldn't watch all of this. That would be, you know, other than to listen to the chat, this part's kind of boring. I wouldn't want to sit and watch me glue all that stuff down other than the chat. You know, it's one thing in a live, it's another thing to watch the video. So, please, like Mary said, fast forward right on through it, because yeah, that's right, Mary. Yeah, Gloria. Yeah, that's it. Just Mary's right. We need to do what we want to do for ourselves and enjoy what we're doing. And watch the videos. I mean, I sometimes watch videos and fall asleep. So, you know, I do watch videos at night on my phone in bed because they relax me. So sometimes I don't comment. Just so you know, Mary, I may have watched every last one of your videos, but I haven't commented because I fell asleep. I try to remember to comment the next morning on the parts I have watched. Doesn't always mean I remember to. But I think I have 134 people whose videos I want to watch without going to recommended settings by YouTube. And not everybody puts out videos all the time. And Marsha, you're not showing up on my recommended settings lately. I have to go to your channel, but I think it's because you've been so busy, you haven't been putting out as many videos, and therefore they're not popping to the top. So I just go to the channel I want to see. I don't worry about what YouTube says. There we go. Let's see. Carl's still there. He hasn't fallen asleep. Um, guys, I very rarely sit. You know, to be able to sit to watch a video, even lives lately, this last few weeks. Well, Mary knows. I've popped in. I've said hello. Sometimes I can listen and do my chores. Sometimes I can't. So, you know, if I can listen and do my chores, cool. If I can't, then I can't, and I just have to not worry about it. I have to be where I can. We all have to be like that. I mean, I would love to watch Dee Dee Willingham from the minute she gets on till the minute she gets off, but I can't be online that much. So I watch what I can and I listen when I can, and that's what I do. I know Mary sits in fussy cuts when she listens to a lot of things. Once in a while, if I get to sit for a whole live, I can crochet or do something like that, but oh no, Gloria, you are not the only one that falls asleep. Oh, you can't change it if you hit it in an accident? Marcia, I'm sorry you were in a tizzy over the car thing. I know how that can be, though. When we were in the RV wreck, we only needed one car. We were always together, and we didn't need two cars. For one, if I desperately needed to go somewhere, I could pull the sides in and go in the camper. So, you know, I mean, I can go to the grocery store in the camper. It doesn't bother me any. It's just a big box. If I can drive it down the highway, I can certainly drive it around town. So anyways, then we got in the wreck and I had no car, and Jeff would need the car because he was doing chores around the house and trying to make a place for us to live. And so it ended up I had to buy a car. I had to. I couldn't go any longer without one. And I was in a tizzy over that, I'll tell you what. And Gloria, I said it and I probably don't know. Which one do you want to watch? What video would you like to watch? Because I probably said, and I'm not, you know, I'm talking and I'm not paying attention to myself. Duh. Um, but Marsha, just finding a car that, you know, especially if you're buying a used one that hasn't been trashed by someone else, and then getting it in a timely manner and that kind of thing. Dang, guys, this is almost dry. Oh, I shouldn't be doing that. Don't close your cover till it's good and dry. I just caught my papers and that they caught with one another. Okay, let me see what Gloria says. Oh, Dee Dee Willingham, yes. Gloria, yes, odds are stacked in favor of the house. That's true. Um, Me too, Mary. I like it when people just pop in and say, "Hey, I'm here," and you know we're having fun. But yeah, Dee Dee is on a long time in the mornings, and I can't. So I usually pop into her video. I maybe fast forward through a little bit of it, see what's up, see where she's going, what she might be doing. Now, guys, that's still a little sticky, but it's not so sticky I can't play with things a little bit. So, uh-oh, I need to read it. Just went by. Hi, Bev. I didn't see you pop in. Okay, I need to, okay, Carl, yeah, Carl, it's stop and start. Okay, Bev, I'm glad you popped in and said hello. That's awesome, Marcia. Yeah, I try to watch Society of Idea Collectors too, Mary. And I love watching book reviews. The big thing is watch when you can and do what you can and Okay, now here's the thing. I like this, and that's probably what I'm going to do. But down here, I need to get my pieces that are coming off the edge before I stick this down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll stick that down and go on with the rest of that page. Yeah, Mary, that's another thing. By having everything videoed and hi Karen. When it's recorded, you can watch it later. That's the whole point of having recorded videos. I'm glad you popped in, Karen, even if you've missed something. And boy, is that... Huh. Guys, I'm sorry about the light. I closed the curtains. Let me try something. I'll be right back. Oh, there's going to be a bright light. No, that didn't work. Did that work? No. All right. Well, I can't do anything about it, guys. The sun this time of year comes in this time of day right at a bad angle, so that things are not good. And I'm sorry about all of the little squishes on there. Hi, Jamie. I'm glad you popped in to say hi. Hi, Kathy D. Hey, Kathy, I showed off your postcard I got today. I'm glad you popped in. I didn't get it today, but I got it this week. Guys, she sent me a postcard for my 1,000 subby giveaway. So I'm glad that she popped in so I could tell her that I got it. Now I'm just putting these on and letting them hang off the edge. I'll wrap them around later. I'm going to wrap these all around the edge. Susan, oh good. Susan, you're here. Gloria, I hope you're still here. Jamie, I'm sure glad you popped in to say hi. Oh, I'm sorry you had a sick little one. Susan, tell the girls about putting the glue in your Mod Podge. I know that, and frankly, it's not because I don't like Elmer's glue. I just don't have any Elmer's glue. And I'm definitely gonna see about getting some and trying that, because I think that if it works, it'd be fabulous. No, Carl, I can't really turn it over. We grunged up the other side of the cover. We actually worked on part of the front cover earlier. I am just going to wrap around on the edges my pieces. I am not going to do it all the way across. I did I peeled cardboard. Just a second and I'll show you how. Give me just a second to stick this down and I'll give you a little, like a demonstration of what we did. Marsha taught me this actually by sending me the cutest tag that was done up like this. Okay. Well, that's not wanting to stay stuck, huh? I maybe didn't get enough glue on there. There we go. Set this up here. You're gonna behave? Behave. Don't go anywhere. Postcards, I love postcards. I love getting postcards. Mary's name is Mary Dale. Jamie. Okay. So what we did on the other side of the cover, it's corrugated cardboard, that like a giant box. And what we did was we took off, and you need to be very careful when you do this, that you don't hurt yourself. We peeled off pieces like this, and we grunged it up. Now, I did not take the whole cover off. I didn't take the whole part. I come in here. Like so. And then I went up here. Now, you can do whatever you want. But this is what I'm doing. And so I did parts and pieces of it like this. And I haven't finished my cover because I wanted to do the inside, and I knew that I could do this part and I could get the inside done, but the outside cover, I can do that next week. So we'll finish up the outside cover next week, but right now it's just grunged up like that. Does that make sense, Carl? I hope. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm planning on, Gloria, is that it will be sort of a border on the front. I'm going to wrap it around the edge because I think that the corrugated cardboard needs a little bit of stability on the edge of it. That's the plan anyways. I think that it's open because corrugated cardboard is very open on the edge, that by wrapping the edge around the corrugated cardboard, it will give it some stability. And then it will be sort of a border on my grungy edge. Okay, Susan, okay, I put about 1 part Elmer's glue, all not the kids one, yeah, in about 4 parts of Mod Podge. It will be matte and dry and non-sticky. Susan, I'm going to get some Mod Podge, some glue this week. I just haven't been anywhere to try to get anything like that. So, but I'm definitely going to try that business because I think that would be awesome to have it not be sticky. Because I've been having to wax pages. Oops, my butterfly is underneath there. Um, Now how about that? There's a spot I missed. I didn't even see that I had missed that spot, but I'm going to cover it up with my little design element, so that's okay. Carl, we're just sort of decorating the inside of the cover. And I am going to use some images on the outside of my cover. Probably not as many as on the inside. I'm probably going to do it a little sparser. And I don't know yet what images I'm going to use. Well, Marcia, you're the first person I saw use it. Marcia sent me a tag using the grungy cardboard. And I have, you know, I don't know if I've seen it anywhere else since, but I knew she had done it. So, and Marcia, see you later. Okay, Marcia, dear hun. Thank you for coming by. I sure love it when you do. And Susan, thank you for telling us about that. I had told Gloria to ask in group because I could not remember where I had seen you post it, that you had done that, and I am going to definitely try it. I just had not had a chance to go get any glue. Ugh. I got too much Mod Podge on there, and now it's wanting to slide things around. So, alrighty. I'm going to get my designs on this other corner. And then I'm going to put all my little edges out and around. Well, hello, Irma. Yeah, Susan, I like the plasticity of Mod Podge, but when it wants to stick everything together, it makes it very irritating, and that I guess I need more pieces. Putting glue on it will be a really cool idea to make it work. I'm excited to try it. Now I just got glue right off the edge on my mat, which I don't want or Mod Podge, don't want that on the front of my cover just yet. Susan, where are you in Alabama? If I can be so nosy. Because, you know, we're in lower Alabama, kind of. Technically, we're in Florida, but it's more like living in Alabama. And I keep getting it on my map. Karen, the kit kind is called washable school glue, and washable glue means that it is water soluble. So anything you do with it and then put something wet over the top of it, you're going to have issues with how it stays on your page. So it's called Elmer's Glue All, I think is what it's called. Susan will tell us again, I'm sure, in a minute. But that's the thing. Irma, we're in Pensacola. My husband's from here. He's actually an original, his family's from here from way back. We met in the Midwest at school in Illinois, but he is a Pensacola native. His mama's family goes back to the original founders of the city. So now those are sticking out a long ways. I may not leave them long like that when I go to wrap this around. I'm just putting them on so that they're ready. Oh my gosh, Irma. Irma, I don't think it's in this particular video yet, but in my other videos is my email address. We really need to get together. I have some friends that I go to the Santa Rosa Art Association meeting, which is every month. That, of course, it's not this month because it's Christmas month, but I do that, and I do other things because I make beads for sort of for a living. So. The one that I think they use school glue, Karen. I don't know. Susan, we used to live in Wetumpka, Alabama, which is right outside of. Oh gosh, it went away. Montgomery, thank you. My husband came in, and luckily he saved the day. We lived right outside of Montgomery, Alabama, for a few years. Before we moved to Nebraska and up there. But yeah, Irma, make sure you send me a no, Milton's in Florida. It's like, well, it's not the next town over from Pensacola, but it's right over there, so make sure, Irma, that you send me an email. we'll have to see about getting together. Maybe we can do a play day or something. Probably not till after Christmas, but. But yeah, we lived in Wetumpka for a while, Susan. Okay. Let me see. Where did I've lost. You know. You do these things and you audition. That's what Lisa Conway from Lisa My Eclectic Life. She says we audition our little pieces and then they sometimes get put where they were and they sometimes don't, and that's sometimes what happens. I sometimes forget where I put them. That's my problem. Okay. We are about to get there with this part. The cover is always a big project. I think my dancer is going to dance out of the flower. Better look back here. Okay, Irma, just email me. There's a email in most of my videos. There isn't one in this yet, but Birmingham is, I enjoy Birmingham. Montgomery is not so great either, Susan, if you ask me. I don't know where that is, Karen. I'm not sure where Haynes is. Uh-oh, it slid. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's doing pretty well. What I have left to do is I'm going to finish around these edges. Mary's drying her inside cover. Mary, you're just speedy, speedy, speedy. I am going to work at getting my edges all finished up for this inside cover. And like I said, I'm letting them hang over. I want the edges to wrap around. So I'm just hanging them over. So that I can do that when we work on it next time. And then I'm going to set it aside to dry, because that's what it's going to need. That and the way I've made a mess, I'm going to have to clean up. I had trouble with this piece bending around real well, so I made it a little smaller this time so it doesn't go across that edge so bad. There. That works a lot better. Okay. Yeah, Karen, Florida is funny in the fact that there's a lot of differences between North Florida and South Florida. However, we do have an orange tree that has given us oranges this year, which is a special treat. It gave us oranges last year. They just weren't very tasty. This year, they're very tasty, which we're enjoying. The neighbor's lemon tree has got lots of nice lemons on it. So we're enjoying those because he doesn't use them, so we get to get them off the tree. I missed a little spot right there. Susan, you know, we never got to go there very much. It's funny that we lived in Alabama for a while and yet didn't spend very much time going too many places. We were in Huntsville, I think, once to the, is it the Space Museum up there? We were on a field trip with my son. But we did Cub Scouts and stuff back then, so it, you know, there was times when we didn't have as much, we weren't able to do as many things as we might like to have done. Oh, I guess I need some book page in here. And I'm just letting this hang over, guys. I'm just going to leave it like that. It's just hanging off the edge. Here, I'll flip it over so you can see. Oh, yeah. Carl, this is my grunged up cover, too. See, it's just hanging off the edge like that. And I'll go through and tear it and flip it around next week. Oh, I need to clean that mess up right there. Susan, these lemons are they're like a small grapefruit, so that may be what it is. Now these were not, last year his lemons were just like our oranges. They were dry and all kind of bitter, but this year they're very good. We were real surprised how tasty they were. Okay. Mary, did you get your cover all dry? Susan, I really like it. It's I haven't done a project with this before, so I was excited to try to use it. Okay. Oops. Just laid my cover in the glue. Sorry, I forget to talk when I get going on something. I forget to talk. She's putting some washi tape. That's a good idea, Mary, to wrap the washi tape around the edge. That will work very nicely. I can see that. My brush is getting a little stiff. I'm going to want to stop pretty soon here. Sometimes it works for me to grab pieces and do 2 spots at the same time. Just accomplishing, you know. Yeah, that's, maybe I need to move that over. Oh, did I get out of camera? Here, sorry guys. How's everybody doing? Mary is drying. Deborah, how are you doing? Lisa had to go. Her company came in. Oh, that's a good idea, Mary. That would have been a very good idea. Dress pattern tissue would be really cool. Hi, Becky. Oh, I'm glad you're still you're home and safe and all that good stuff. Yeah, we're still here. The cover is a long project. We're working on the inside. After we grunged up the front, we have not finished the front. We've only finished. Actually, we haven't. I haven't even finished the inside. We grunged up the front, and then we moved on to finishing the inside because you can't really do both sides very well in one sitting. So I'm working on the inside cover. Okay, and Deborah's doing pretty good. So that's good. I'm going around the edges, Becky, and putting stuff that hangs over, because I'm going to wrap this around and put sort of like a little border on the front cover to finish off the edges that need to be finished, because the corrugated cardboard has those kind of open edges, and I want the edge of my book cover to be finished. Oh, the tulips, yeah. That was the bottom of, remember the first week I did the lady that was sitting in sort of a yoga pose? Well, that's the bottom of that picture. That's what that is. So I've used the whole piece now. It was the magazine page, and I've used the whole piece. Okay. Mary, it's because I've been on here so long. That's what she just said. That, oh, you're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Oh, I love that. I love it on a dictionary when they do the little scallops for the letters. I just love that piece. I think we will put it right here. Okay. And maybe we will put this piece right here. Oh gosh, I thought I was finished, and I realized I've got a spot over here that's not done. Let's see where it's going. Ah, okay, Mary. Well, you know, even if you've got the pattern tissue there, you can always add some fussy cuts later. That's always an option, Mary. You can put something on it after the fact. Did you get your fabric on your cover, Mary? Ugh, it's wanting to slide all over everywhere. Yeah, that's the best part, Mary. I mean, you can always add something else later. Oh, we need these two pieces. These will do good. Oh, yeah. Gloria, how are you doing on yours? I can't. Did you tell me you stopped to just watch? You made good time, Becky. You made real good time. Okay, guys, I have just a little more to do right over here. This part. Oh, that really should be book page. Oh, no. And it's bad, Becky, when you want something and need it, and then somehow you get home without it. Did you pay for it? That is always the question. If it got paid for and not put in the bag. Oh, I have 2 little places left. Okay, good. That, yeah, because trying to get them to believe that you didn't get it. Susan, I get a coupon almost every day. Oh, that's not in far enough. There we go. I get a Joann's coupon pretty much every day too. But you spend money going in the car too. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. Boy, that's all over everywhere. Let me put my lid on my Mod Podge. Oh no, Becky. Okay guys, I'm gonna kind of show you what I did on the other side. Let's see if I find a place I can hold on to it. Oops. We've grunched up the other side. And then I have, ooh, I've got Mod Podge everywhere now. Give me a second, guys. I gotta hold this up and clean this up. I just dropped that card and it had, there we go. And I have my inside cover done. Now, I am going to leave it sit just like this so that it can dry, partially because when you close the cover, it grabs hold of things. It's sticky in there, so we want it to dry before we start closing the cover up. So I'm gonna leave it sit there. Maybe I'll turn it around so it's a prettier picture and you can see it all. Yeah, Becky, it's kind of moth-eaten, kind of run down. Oh, Susan, you need everything. Guess well. Excuse me. I guess I need everything too. Yeah, I think it looks like an old wall. Yeah, it very much does. And we may see how much older we can make it. Um, this is my inside cover, and we're just going to leave it sit. And next week, like I said, next week, just make sure you have all of the things that we have used already. And I'm going to probably finish the front cover and probably do another little project because the front cover I don't think will take as long to finish up. I probably am going to put an image or two on the front cover. Not like this. I don't think I'll do a big spread on it. I probably just put a few small images, and I may put them on cardboard first. But if you've got all the things like cereal box cardboard and all that stuff that we've been using all along, we should be fine. Okay, Mary, I'm going to try to get to your cover so I can see it. But that, if I come up with something really off the wall that I want you to have for next Sunday, I will, I'll try to remember to put it in group, because that way, you'll be able to grab it ahead of time. But I think what I have in mind to do extra, we'll have the stuff already. Irma, if you haven't been here before, I have since I don't know that you have, I have a Facebook group that we show off our projects in. It's called This, That, and Chat, and there again, it's linked in most of my videos. So if you just pop into one of my other videos, you can watch it. There you go, Mary. I can watch the replay because you know I don't get up as early as you do. Although I've been waking up at 3 o'clock. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get ready to go. I've been on here 3.5, almost 4 hours, so I'm getting really tired. Thank you, Susan. Thanks, guys. Anyways, I'm going to read you a quote from my 1001 Ways to Creativity book. And okay, this is interesting. Imagination is more important than reality to the creative person because it is often only through the imagination that we are able to find what is real. Sometimes this book makes me think too hard. I'm not sure I have the brains for that this afternoon. Anyways, guys, I really am so glad that you have come and played and are having fun with this project. And Irma, if you want, hold on just a minute. Let me move this because Irma, you may not have seen what we've been doing. Let me see if I can find a spot for it. Okay, that will work. This is what we've been doing, Irma. Yeah, that's what you need to do, Carl. It's time for bed. It's called Totally Junk Journal, and there is a playlist on my YouTube channel. We do different projects each week, and it's all done. Oops, that one's falling out. It's all done with junk, with like junk mail, and this is a brown paper bag. Junk mail envelopes. Most of the time we have used a glue stick. We've used a little bit of tacky glue lately, and today is the first time we've used liquid glue like Mod Podge. So, okay, Gloria, I'm so glad you guys all came. Please come next week, and we'll see you next time. Deborah, did you? I hope you got finished or got close. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.